Aftershock is one of our latest presentations or workshops and focuses in on the absolutely critical issue of understanding the new world of work. The presentation focuses in on 5 key disruptive trends that are likely to change the world of work over the next 3 to 5 to 10 years' time. We call these the tides of change. It's a bit of a corny acronym, we know, but it's useful for memorizing and remembering these 5 critical trends. Very simply, they are the trend of technology, the T in the tides of change. Technology is an obvious place to start, of course, and all sorts of technologies are shaping the world at the moment. The key ones that most companies need to take account of, though, are the technologies that surround information and communication. Issues like convergence, that devices are getting smaller and more portable, and that we can get any data from any source onto our mobile phones or any device, in fact, over any network on smaller and smaller devices at ludicrously cheap prices. And your organization does need to respond to this. We also need to look at user-generated content. This is things like blogs and Wikipedia, as well as the social network sites. As people are becoming more connected and more interactive, they don't just want your website to be a brochure, they want to be able to connect with you, to interact with you. So technology is a huge disruptive trend, a possible issue in your industry and something you need to consider. Secondly, we look at institutional change. The institutions of the world are in real trouble. The institutions are the foundations, the pillars on which our societies are built. Things like the government, the military, the financial institution, all of these in all parts of the world are in trouble. This is about the rules and structures of your particular industry. And we can help you think through some of the rules that are changing. Rules about families, for instance. Who is a family? That's one of the huge institutions of society. And if your product or service is focused at the family market, well, how would you define family these days? The role of women is changing. The role of race and religion and culture is changing. There are a number of institutions that would be helpful for you to consider. We can help you to do that. Thirdly, we look at demography. We have an aging population and a plummeting fertility rate. We have a variety of different demographic trends around the world that are shaping the new world of work. It's going to change things like retirement and how people view their lives, with life expectancy dramatically increasing. And you need to be able to respond to these trends. The next 3 to 5 years will see some critical shifts in retirement planning and retirement ages and legislation related to that. Are you ready for those shifts and changes in your industry? Fourthly, you can't really do a talk these days on the future without mentioning the environment. This is more than just global warming and climate change. It's the whole natural environment, the availability of resources, pollution, the lack of water, the lack of food, pandemics. There are a number of different chaotic scenarios that could really influence the future. And it doesn't really matter what you believe around global warming and climate change and these issues. Your government believes in these things and is regulating and legislating about them. And in the next 3 to 5 years, those regulations will come into force around the world. And this will create and destroy billions of dollars across multiple industries. It no longer can be ignored. And then finally, in the tides of change, the S stands for societal values. If all of the other 4 trends are true, then people's values, the things they value, their expectations, their dreams and desires in life, well, these are shifting as well. And that really brings it all together as we understand how these values shape the way that people want to connect with you as customers, suppliers, and staff. So we will help you understand what's going to take place in the next 3 to 5 to 10 years' time, these disruptive changes in particular, and how they will shape your industry and the world around us. And then we can work with you and workshop with your team the implications for your company, for your industry, and help you to develop strategies to respond to these, and organizational designs and the culture of your organization to make sure that you are ready for success in the new world of work.